Oh, it's hot in here. Maybe I can turn on the air conditioner. All right, this should help. Yikes. It's so loud. It feels good. It's too loud. What else can I do? I can open a window. No breeze. Okay, maybe I can open this window down here. Get a cross breeze. Does that help? Barely anything. Let's go back over here. Oh, nothing. There's no cross breeze. Maybe I can turn on the fan. All right. Open that up a bit. Turn the fan on. High. All right. Somewhat noisy, but better than the air conditioner. Let's see if that helps any. Oh, goodness. I gotta get around everything. Oh, there's some breeze at least. Not much. I got an idea. I bought 2 of these USB corded fans for $15. If I could make it so that I could put it like up here on the ceiling, I could have pointing right down at me. That would be really good. See if this works. Turn it on. Oh, well, that feels really good. Oh, that feels really good. The only problem is I have this cord hanging down and getting in the way. And it's also plugged in where I plug in my phone to charge overnight. This is perfect. It's quiet. There's a constant breeze on me, whether the wind is blowing or not, without having to even run the fan. But how can I get this to work better? I want to mount it up there on the ceiling above me, but I don't want cords hanging all over. I got another idea. Up on the ceiling above me, there are 2 lights. Those are 12-volt lights. I could put a 12-volt USB power source and tap into the wires between the 2 and then mount it right in the middle here. And then I could mount the fan on either side of the light, one for me and one for my wife on the other side, and just plug into that center area where it's connected. I think that'll work. Hi, this is Tom, the definitely not professional YouTuber with my second video ever. Hey, but you gotta get started somewhere. Today I thought I'd share with you my latest update project for my travel trailer. My wife and I went camping on the South Carolina shore a couple weeks ago, and it was warm, but not hot. At night it was still warm, and keeping cool was hard. We tried the AC, which, as I said, was too noisy, and the fan window combination didn't cut it either. I found a good solution that I'm sharing today. I found 2 cheap USB fans on Amazon that are quiet and will provide plenty of breeze to keep you cool while sleeping. They could be mounted directly above us next to the reading lamps and blow directly down on us. The first question my wife asked was, where are you going to plug it in? The USB ports on our sides meant that the cords would be draped down over us and get in the way of the closet doors. Needless to say, she was not a big fan of that idea. I put on my thinking cap and came up with the idea of adding a USB power outlet by the reading lights. I found the perfect wall-mounted USB outlet for about $15. Along with some other stuff that I had laying around the house, It seemed like the perfect solution. I'll show you how we installed it and the end result. Enjoy! I found two of these fans on Amazon for $14. They're USB powered. I thought they would work perfect for cooling us off at night. I could hang them from where the lights are above our bed and our faces, and we could adjust them to cool our bodies off in any direction we can tilt it up and down. So the trick was how to mount it, and I thought maybe it could be magnetically held in place on the panel next to our reading lights above our bed. So I glued a fender washer down there, and then this magnet here would hold it up. But it's going to need to mount into the panel where the lights are. So I had to figure out what to do and how to put it in there as well. One thing I forgot to mention about the fan is it's a 3-speed fan, which is nice. You can put it on real slow or medium or fast. Fast gets a little bit noisier, but it's still way better than the air conditioning. This is a piece of panel that I took out from something else, but it's pretty representative of the panel that's above our heads. And I thought I could just put a hole and put a magnet in there, and then the fan could just snap into place and be held in place. Of course, I'm going to have to secure that, and that's coming up here. Now this would be the inside of the cabinet above, and I'm thinking I could put the magnet in there like I showed before, and then put a fender washer that keeps it from slipping through, and I can glue the fender washer on. To get the height just right though, because the magnet's thicker than the wood, I cut out this piece of cardboard. This is a challenge to film and do at the same time. But this on top of there would allow, okay, let me do this. It allows the magnet to sit a little bit higher by creating a space between the fender washer, and that recesses the magnet just a little bit. By doing that, the fan, when mounted from the bottom side, the rubber feet will go tight to the wood underneath, and then it will be a little more stable than if it was just sitting by the magnet only with a little gap between the rubber feet in the bottom of the cabinet. You might be wondering why I'm not just screwing it into the ceiling. It would make it a lot easier than going through the mess of the magnet. But for traveling, I was afraid that the vibration in the trailer would break the plastic mounting for the fan. So I thought, if it's magnetic, I can just pull it down, put it away, and then when we get to our campsite, just pop it right up there on the magnet, and we're ready to go. And if it's too cold and we don't want a fan, we just don't even have it there at all. Then to wire the USB module up, they're just going to use these connectors, which have 3 positions. There'll be a light on either side of the USB connector. On either side of the USB connector is a wire going between the 2 lights, so I can tap into those wires. And with these connectors, the same kind of connectors are actually used to wire the lights, so this will work out perfect. And then 2 wires can go to the USB charge port. Well, that was a bit of a challenge, trying to get this hole cut to the right size, but I was able to do it. Here's the puck lights that have their domes off them. I'm going to pull the screws out of them and then get to the wires and figure out which wires I need to hook up to get this thing powered. What did I do with it? Okay, this is the USB device. A little cover that comes off, and there's a couple of USB-A ports and 2 USB-C ports, a red and a black wire. That'll hook into the red wire into the plus 12 and the black to the negative terminal. Alright, I pulled the wire that was going between the two puck lights through, cut them, put these connectors on them. The orange and white striped one is the 12 volts, the pure white is the ground. Then connecting the USB hub or power thing with the red light to the orange stripe, the black to the white, you can see the power is on. Next I'll be just screwing this thing back in, tucking the wires, putting all the puck lights back together. Sorry about the light behind me. And then we'll be ready to mount the fans after that. I am using a fan to try to keep me cool right here. See, right there. And without that I would be a real mess. I drilled myself a 3/4 inch hole about 2 inches away from the outer diameter of the puck light, and I can slide the washer with the magnet up through the hole where the light came in over to the hole the magnet will drop through. I got the magnet centered on this washer with the spacer. I'm going to put a drop of hot glue on back just to keep the magnet from sliding when I shove it up into the hole and drop it in place. Once it drops in place, I'll just put a little bit of hot glue between the wood and the magnet to just kind of secure it. But the magnet will stick to the washer really well, and shouldn't be a problem. And a clever little trick when I was doing this, I put the washer and magnet here, and I would use another magnet and just drag it along over there and then pull it down right through the hole. I used Gorilla Glue around the hole just to kind of keep the magnet from bouncing out when we're traveling. Okay, here's the finished product. The two USB fans plugged into the middle central power part, blowing down on us, and they can be adjusted up and down or rotated left and right, however we want to configure it so that the nice cool air blows on us while we're trying to sleep. I think it turned out quite nicely.